All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Monday night. It's time for the Urban Conservative Podcast. Let's go.
Hey, buddy, do you like NASCAR? Do you like a tribe called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like guns? Do you like butter? Well, you're gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Yo, what's good, son? You like pit bulls, say? You like solving Sudoku puzzles? Then you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Hey, buddy, if your car making a sound like this, you might want to get you some power steering fluid and check out the Urban Conservative Podcast.
Are you repulsed by the idea of drag queen story time at your local library, but enjoy Carol Baskin TikTok memes? Then you would enjoy the Urban Conservative.
Do you want to slap your boss and then go home and make yourself some golden brown pancakes covered in butter and freshly made warm boysenberry syrup? Then you'll love the Urban Conservative.
You're a little over Cardi B, and you're repulsed by the thought of Hogmaw. Check out the Urban Conservative. You ready? If you think the earth is flat and always on that weird side of YouTube, check out the Urban Conservative. They'll set you straight.
If you're in a chasing dopey and you love South Fishing Festival, check out the Urban Conservative.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It's a Monday night. It is time for the Urban Conservative Podcast. Yours truly, Abdul Ali, with my twin brother from the same mother, no other, Raheem Architect Soto. You are rocking with the Urban Conservative. The website to support what we do is tuconservative.com. Our mission is to share conservative values and principles, as well as the benefits of conservative policies to communities across this great, wonderful, and amazing nation of ours. Again, the website that you can support, tuconservative.com. You can go ahead, get yourself an ad. You can purchase some TUC merch, get you a mug, get you a t-shirt, especially one of those top of the morning mugs or something like that. We got the new work privilege edition available for you there. tuconservative.com is the website. As always, jump in the comment section. Let us know where you are watching and or listening from so that we can get you a shout out. G-Town's in the building. Shouts out to Marla Ivesta. Big up North Carolina's in the building. What's good, bro? What's happening, man?
Life. The answer to the universe and all things. Just doing some 42.
Some 42.
42. Just doing that. Not chilling, man. Everything is good. News cycle has been a little nutty. Other than that, all is well. Hope everyone's doing well on this interesting time in history. Like, I just you put it in the perspective, everything going on. It's an absolutely interesting time to be alive and be participating and aware of what's actually transpiring. So
did you or have you jump in the comments? Let us know. This question is for y'all too. I'm asking you though, bro. Did you put any thought into the idea that like in 20 years from now, there'll be a history book written and it'll say that Donald Trump was one of the only presidents that lost and came back? Like, we were alive for that. Like, have you put any thought into that? Like, it's absolutely historic times.
I don't think people care though. That's the sad part. I mean, that's as dope as that is to say. People don't care. It's I don't know. It's one of those things. But I know one thing that we will look back on. That is
what's that?
All right. So the first name that comes to mind is DC Mayor Marion Barry.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
All right. Do we need to recap the Mayor Marion Barry story?
Okay. Why are you bringing up Marion Barry? I'm just curious.
All right, because we need. All right, hold on. Listen.
I already got the picture up. I already got the picture coming up. It's
All right,
already
pull
up.
up the picture, right? Because and I'm saying this respectfully though, right? Marion Barry was like a famous crackhead in his genre of life. He was a famous crackhead, right? Let me read you some Marion Barry quotes real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
White folk may let you in their country clubs to play golf, invite you out to dinner, take you out to play tennis, but when it comes to dividing up the money, that's a whole nother story. First, it was not a strip bar, it was an erotic club. And second, what can I say? I'm a night owl.
Man's actually said, "What can I say? I'm a night owl." Oh my goodness.
Here's another quote from Marion Barry. I like boxing.
I'm done. Okay, where are we going with this Marion Barry thing, bro? Where we go with this?
He lost his job, right? He caught that work right there. That dude right there caught that work, right? So I'm talking about the end of resolve, because so the Marion Barry story in parallel to Hunter Biden, okay? Marion Barry downfall, right? Let's just do that real quick.
Let's just factor in though. Marion Barry didn't have a daddy president either.
Well, but this is what I'm saying. So look, a Democrat, Barry has served 3 tenures on the blah blah blah, early life, undergraduate, doctoral work, board of education, mayoral election, third term, 1990 drug arrest and conviction.
Okay.
So by late 1989, federal officials had been investigating Barry on suspicion of illegal drug possession and use. Did Hunter Biden have drugs at some point?
I don't know. I know
wait. So from the Hunter Biden laptop, there was no images of him in possession of crack cocaine. Is what we gonna say? That didn't happen.
He
didn't get into an argument with a crack broad about the crack.
Yeah,
2.8 grams and it's 4 grams. What's the 2 grams is? But then no, if it's 22, then if it's -1 because of the 0.8, there was a whole dialogue about jums.
All I'm saying is that. That's all I'm saying is you got mans with a pipe. That's all I'm saying.
In January 18, Barry was arrested with former girlfriend Hazel Diane Rashida Moore in a sting operation at the Vista International. The Vista International. Nothing good ever happens at anything with Vista in it.
No.
By the FBI and DC police for crack cocaine use and possession. So he was charged with 3 felony counts of perjury, 10 counts of drug possession, and a misdemeanor. He decided not to seek re-election. Barry was sentenced to 6 months in federal prison shortly before the November election. So I'm saying that Hunter got the pardon, right? There's some similarities in the behaviors, right? Even though Hunter Biden's not a mayor of anything, I get it, right?
Okay.
But this guy was made to serve time. He didn't even have a gun charge.
So if you're saying to compare that to the Hunter Biden charges, right? So Hunter Biden was convicted of 3 felony charges related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018. Prosecutors argued the president's son lied on a mandatory gun purchase form by saying he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs. That's a lie, sir. That is a lie. Jurors found Biden guilty of lying to a federally licensed gun dealer, making a false claim on the application. Key witnesses, Biden's ex-wife and former girlfriend, testified about finding crack pipes and other drug paraphernalia. So Mans was tooting hard. He was hitting the, hitting that thing.
All right. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with this, right? So crack is a very specific drug. Okay.
It is. It is.
It's a very specific drug, right? Like it requires chemistry. You just don't get crack. Like you have to cook it. You have to know the recipe. You got to know the ingredient. You know, you got to know the mixture. You got to procure cocaine, then have something else and a pot and water and all this other stuff.
Wait. Are you suggesting that to say, is that because you can buy crack like already made?
Can you though?
You know, like I know you. There's a guy that sells already made crack. You're not a crackhead cooking your own crack. You're not doing that. Like crackheads don't have time.
You're right.
No, they don't have time.
You're right.
Like
you're right.
think about just hood flashback in your own brain for a second. Like, nah, bro. Yo, son, listen. That right there, that picture right there with the denim jacket tells me everything I need to know, bro.
Yo, listen, I concede. In my mind, I don't want to live in an America where right now, as me and you are doing this podcast and you good folks are listening, someone is in fact preparing the necessary ingredients to chef up some jums. That is just... All right, hold on. I gotta ask this question. For those of y'all, what did y'all grow up calling crack? Like, I know there's like different words for it. I know y'all just heard us say the word jums. They gotta say very
some hard.
Yeah, like what are the crack?
Some butter.
What?
You never heard it called that? Son, I got that butter. Butter. Yo,
what?
The butter. The hard.
I gotta Google this slang word.
Oh no! Yeah, jump in the comments. What do they call it around your way? That's what they called it around the jumbos, the jums, the hard.
Okay, common slang words and street names for crack cocaine: rock, hard, crack.
I heard that. I heard that.
Freebase.
Heard that.
Tornado.
Never heard that.
The devil's dandruff.
What the hell?
In some places they call it sleet.
Sleet? SLEET?
Yeah, there you go. Electric Kool-Aid, Applejack, Baby T, Blow Crusher, Casper the Ghost, Ready Rock, Soap.
I heard Ready Rock.
Bones, Ice Cubes.
Never heard that.
Yeah, that's what you got. I've never heard a lot of those. It's all news to me. So your guy here, right? Joe Biden says, I will not pardon my son. He said that.
Here you go.
Did we pull that up? Did we pull that up?
Here you go. Right here. Here you go.
Joe Biden has very clearly said he would not pardon his son. He would not commute his sentence. How stark is this difference? I mean, how can Republicans keep making this argument now that, Joe Biden has really put it out there?
There you go. I mean, that's just one. That's just one example of it.
Right. Well, this is the thing. Why wouldn't you though? Right. Let's just call this what this is. Right. Let's call this what this is. Do you honestly think? Do you honestly think in your heart of hearts, Joe Biden, the man, will be around in 10 years?
No, likely not.
Okay, let's consider that factor, right? Consider the factor that he will not be here another 10 years.
So what does it matter? I ain't gonna be here anyway.
If what everyone has said is true, which is he doesn't even know what day of the week it is, right? Did he actually pardon him? Did he even know what's going on? Like,
all right, if you're one of the folks that are just listening and you're not watching, today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I have kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. Without aggregating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. The charges in his cases came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then, a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution to Hunter's cases. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion that Hunter was singled out only because he's my son, and that is wrong. Sorry, I gotta stop right there. You mean a jury of his peers are not reasonable? 12 people of his peers are not reasonable? You already called most of the American people garbage, so it's nothing to call them unreasonable. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. For my entire career, I've followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. Like Joe Biden is in great mental condition. He's gonna do fine. He's better than he's ever been before. They'll be fair-minded. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process and led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. Executive grant of clemency, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America. So here's the thing that freaks me out a little bit about this, y'all. It says a full and unconditional pardon for those offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period of January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024. I don't understand. It is beyond me, because this doesn't by and large happen for regular people. This doesn't, you don't just get a president. Like, the circumstances are typically I know a few people that got out of prison because of Trump's First Step Act, but that's not this. That's not what this is. This is, my son helped me launder some bread, so I gotta make sure none of this comes back. Is that what that is, bro? Is that essentially what this is? Is Hunter helped me get some guap, and I want to make sure all bases are covered?
It would be hard not to see it that way.
I mean,
it'd be hard not to see it that way.
Oh, goodness gracious, not the pipe and the pillow. I can't.
I mean, look, so here's the thing with this, right? Like I said, the idea that Hunter was being politically persecuted is ridiculous on its face. That's nonsensical, right?
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
Have you ever actually seen any of his art?
Yeah, I've seen it when they were reporting.
I'm looking it up now. I don't.
Not that good. Not that good.
It's not that good.
Not that good. And they should have found out who was buying that stuff. That's the thing. Like, they should have found out who rightfully buys that. Like, it's not ever going to be worth anything. Who buys that? Like, who buys that? I really think more could have been done with getting to the bottom of that corruption, because him and his dad were clearly corrupt. Clearly, like I'm not even in the intelligence community. And based on what I've seen, I got a good, hey, y'all for real about this? Like, just the economics alone, insane. Like, insane. The net worth, the rise in net worth for the son, Like, these things are hard to hide.
Facts. Super facts. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're alive at a time where a president has pardoned his kid for basically lying to the country, denying congressional and senatorial subpoenas for having a job at Burisma when he was clearly not qualified and selling millions of dollars worth of art that is clearly mediocre at best. There you have it. You're checking out the Urban Conservative Podcast on a Monday night. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and talk about...
You trying to get rid of Crackhead, Hunter?
We're going to come back and talk about...
He was fighting with it.
Yo, and we're going to come back and talk about Trump's appointment to the FBI director position, Kash Patel, on the other side of this commercial break here on the Urban Conservative Podcast. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. This season of The Urban Conservative is brought to you by Homium, helping to build generational wealth for historically disadvantaged groups, low-income households, and first-time homebuyers. Homium is helping to bridge the affordability gap for home ownership in your community. Visit homium.io to find out more.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back on the Urban Conservative Podcast. On a Monday night, we're talking about the Crackhead pardon. And in better news, Trump is making more picks for his upcoming cabinet, one that we're really excited about. I had an opportunity to spend a few minutes with this brother at the GOP convention earlier this year.
This is Kash Patel here in North Carolina, and I'm live with the Urban Conservative.
Yeah, very smart guy. If people don't realize how serious of a dude he is, right? People have been talking about, oh, he's not qualified to be the director of the FBI, right? I don't know why people are saying that. I'm going to share something real quick. Hold on, because I want y'all to see what's really going on with this guy. Hold on. Here we go. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. In the flesh, Kash Patel's bio here. This is straight from the Department of Defense. He served as the former chief of staff to acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller and was responsible for leading the secretary's mission at the department, including his executive staff and providing counsel to the secretary on all matters concerning the department's operations. Previously served as the deputy assistant to the president and senior director for counterterrorism at the National Security Council. In that capacity, he oversaw the execution of several of President Trump's top priorities, including eliminating ISIS and al-Qaeda leadership, such as al-Baghdadi and Qasim al-Rimi, and the safe repatriation of numerous American hostages. Mr. Patel also served as a principal deputy to the acting director of national intelligence, where he oversaw the operations of all 17 community intelligence community agencies and provided the president's daily briefing. So this is not what the left is saying, some unqualified Trump sycophant. That's not what this guy is. This is a serious intelligence professional here.
Yeah, there's no better way to put that.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing that's bothering me is they're like, oh, he just appointed a loyalist. Of course he did. Why would a president not support somebody that wants to help him get their agenda done? I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, that's stupid. I'm just thinking, like, you got a basketball team and you go, how come they don't got a quarterback?
Before joining the NSC, Mr. Patel served as the National Security Advisor and Senior Counsel for the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, where he spearheaded the investigation into the Russian Active Measures campaign to influence the 2016 president election. Concurrently, he oversaw sensitive programs for the intelligence community and U.S. Special Operations Forces, and worked to enact legislation to fully fund the multi-billion-dollar budget supporting intelligence and counterintelligence operations worldwide. He joined HPSCI following his tenure as a terrorism prosecutor at the DOJ, where he led investigations spanning multiple theaters of conflict. and oversaw the special prosecution of criminals aligned with Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and other terrorist groups. Mr. Patel served as the DOJ liaison officer to Joint Special Operations Command, worked with our nation's most prestigious counterterrorism units to conduct collaborative global targeting operations against high-value terrorism targets. He began his career as a public defender, trying scores of complex cases ranging from murder to narco trafficking to complex financial crimes and jury trials in state and federal court. A native of New York, Mr. Patel completed his undergraduate at the University of Richmond.
Long Island in the building.
Yep. Before returning to New York to earn his law degree, along with his certificate in international law from the University College of London Faculty of Laws in the UK. Kash is a lifelong ice hockey player, coach, and fan. So we're not talking about somebody. Now, I think what's interesting, right? Let's look at that right here. So you go from Christopher Wray, Andy McCabe, and Jim Comey to Kash Patel. That's now, all things considered, and as far back I'm gonna go, I didn't know any of these people, which I think was the name of the game. I had no idea. I knew who Sessions was. I heard his name. John Otto, I'd never heard of him. But everybody knows who J. Edgar Hoover is. Everybody should know who J. Edgar Hoover is. But the reason I bring that up is because the FBI director has a very specific job, and that job is to not be political in the operations of the Federal Bureau of In-Depth Investigation. Your job is to run the world's premier law enforcement agency. That is your job as the director of the FBI. It's not to be political. It's not to do anything else other than, hold on, here it goes. This is a very simple thing. The director is responsible for the day-to-day operations along with the deputy director. The director makes sure cases and operations are handled correctly. The director is also in charge of hiring the leaders and any one of the FBI field offices with qualified agents. The director advises the president on any issues that arose from within the FBI. That was until the Intelligence Reform and Terrorism Prevention Act of 2004 was enacted in response to September 11th. Since then, the director reports to the Director of National Intelligence, who in turn reports to the president. Okay? So as it stands right now, I think he picked the right guy for the job, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it gets any better than that.
I'd co-sign that. I'd 100% co-sign that. But look, I really think there needs to be a cleaning up, and I think if barring anything coming up for him, right, what you end up with is some very nervous people in the J. Edgar Hoover building right now. A lot of jobs about to get cut, folks.
Did you see they're saying that a lot of people are quitting because they know what's about to happen? Have you seen those reports?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, two FBI sources. This is coming from Nick Sorter over on X. Two FBI sources told him mass resignations are set to occur now that Kash Patel has been named as Trump's FBI director. Sounds like a bunch of people are trying to figure out how not to go to jail.
Probably a safe bet.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, ladies and gentlemen. So I think the right move on behalf of the Trump administration to put somebody in there like that, a career prosecutor, a serious contender, somebody that's going to go in there and do the job, make sure that the FBI is not a political agency. And I think putting Kash in there is going to restore some public trust back in the three-letter organizations, the FBI, the DOJ, with Pam Bondi and a bunch of those other folks. So sounds good to me, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been checking out the Urban Conservative Podcast on a Monday night. Make sure you're with us each and every Monday night for the Urban Conservative Podcast and every morning for Top of the Morning right here on the Urban Conservative, tuconservative.com, the website to support what we do, which is to share conservative values and principles. We got some major events coming up across the country. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter so you know when we're going to be in a neighborhood near you. For my twin brother Raheem Architect Soto, I'm Abdul Ali. You've been checking out